Since the dawn of humanity, our eyes have turned to the sky in search of answers. The moon, our eternal companion, has always been there, watching in silence, a witness to everything we were and all we are yet to become. But what if it's not just a cold rock orbiting Earth? What if its presence has a purpose? A secret hidden since the beginning of time, waiting for the right moment to be revealed. For decades, scientists studied the moon, believing they knew it completely. Every crater, every shadow, every geological trace. But there was something the instruments couldn't measure: a frequency. A whisper, almost imperceptible, repeating in exact 27-day cycles. No one knew what it was. Until, in 2036, a new experimental satellite, LunarEye 7, captured a wave pattern that would change everything we believed about the cosmos and about ourselves. The signal seemed artificial, too perfect to be natural. It contained geometric lines hidden within its frequencies, mathematical codes, and precise repetitions, as if it were an encrypted message. At first, they thought it was just technical noise, interference from solar transmissions. But when the pattern began repeating at the exact same lunar hours, scientists realized they weren't facing an error. They were facing an attempt at communication. The initial report was sent to the space agency's headquarters under maximum classification. Within 48 hours, an international task force was formed. Thus was born Project Atlas, a secret cooperation between space agencies and a mysterious private group known only as the Council. Officially, Atlas was a program for the investigation of lunar anomalies. But the classified files tell another story. The true purpose was to decipher the signal and discover who sent it. The name Atlas was chosen for its symbolism: the one who carries the world upon his shoulders. The scientists believed they were carrying the weight of a secret that could alter the course of human civilization. 3 automated probes were designed: Atlas I, Atlas II, and Atlas III. Each was equipped with deep penetration sensors, thermal cameras, and next-generation quantum transmitters. Their destination: a region near Mare Imbrium, where energy readings reached inexplicable peaks. Their mission: find the source of the signal. For weeks, there was absolute silence. No sound, no response, only the distant echo of lunar emptiness. Until, at 2:47 UTC on March 12, 2039, Atlas II sent an unexpected transmission. Monitors began to flicker. The graph lines formed a perfect hexagonal pattern. It revealed a massive metallic structure buried beneath the lunar surface, measuring over 9 kilometers in diameter. The material matched nothing known to terrestrial science. Technicians called the discovery the core. The core emitted its own energy, a stable, self-sustaining electromagnetic field. When sensors approached, they detected a repetitive binary sequence, so 1010101. But something strange happened. The sequence wasn't constant. It responded to signals sent from Earth, as if it were alive. When the code was translated, the message was clear. The code is active. The Guardian awaits awakening. Silence filled the control room. No one breathed. This wasn't a natural anomaly. It was a protocol. Then, the team began to notice unsettling coincidences. The binary code showed a direct correlation with sequences found in human DNA. The same intervals, the same genetic repetitions, the same mathematical harmony. It was as if something or someone had encoded our very existence with the same signature found on the moon. Some scientists began calling the phenomenon the human reflection. Others, more skeptical, simply stayed quiet. In one of Atlas III's final transmissions, an unidentified audio signal was received. At normal speed, it sounded like random static. But when slowed down 1,000 times, it revealed something no one expected. A choir, hundreds, perhaps thousands, of voices chanting a melodic sequence. Not in any human language, but in precise harmonic frequencies. A sound that was almost divine. The recordings were immediately classified as top secret, but one engineer described the experience as hearing the universe breathe. Then it happened. On the night of July 9, 2041, the core activated. A spiral beam of blue light burst from the lunar surface. The light crossed space, visible to the naked eye from Earth. It lasted only 7 seconds, but it was enough to change the course of history. At that same instant, every communication system on the planet suffered interference. Satellites, radars, transmitters, everything shut down. The event became known as the Atlas Pulse, and the world was never the same again. What humanity witnessed that night was only the beginning. The code was active. The Guardian had awakened. When the Atlas Pulse traveled through space, something unexpected occurred. The probes recorded an impossible phenomenon. The lunar core began emitting harmonic vibrations in a dual frequency, synchronized with the average human heartbeat. It was as if the moon was responding to a sore wee to it. Scientists were baffled. Each wave seemed encoded. Each pulse carried information. But not about astronomy or geology. It was about us. About DNA patterns, life cycles, consciousness. Something profound, ancient, and beyond any known technology was trying to speak to us. Not with words, but with existence. At that same moment, orbital detectors picked up movement on Mars. Small energy signals were radiating from beneath Utopia Planitia exactly where, according to old records, geothermal activity was minimal. But now, the vibrations were structured, regular, pulsing in the same rhythm as the lunar core. An echo, a signal linking the moon and Mars and, by extension, linking us to ourselves. It seemed impossible, and yet the data didn't lie. The scientific community entered a silent panic. They tried interpreting the signals using astrophysics, biology, cryptography, but nothing explained the perfect correlation. What Atlas and the core revealed was that human life, our DNA, our cycles of thought and emotion were not just products of evolution. They were part of a greater code, a sequence the universe had recorded and was now reactivating. Then came the most disturbing realization. Atlas wasn't just a messenger. It was a switch. Each lunar pulse, each Martian echo, each brainwave frequency unintentionally recorded formed a conscious communication system and interaction between worlds. And we, humans, were the bridge. The waves didn't stop. Thousands of independent recorders detected Fibonacci patterns, prime sequences, and harmonic rhythms repeating endlessly. The lunar core and Mars were encoding something, a living message, an enigma beyond known physics, known biology, known consciousness. And with every passing second, it became impossible to ignore. We weren't just witnessing a cosmic event. We're part of it. Neuroscience experts detected extraordinary phenomena in volunteers exposed to the signals. Synchronized hearts, aligned brainwaves, thought patterns converging in unison. The universe was teaching us to listen with consciousness. Not with ears, but with the mind, the body, the very soul. But the physical impact was still to come. Atlas was approaching Mars, crossing its orbit, aligning perfectly with known energy points. Simulations indicated that if it struck the surface, the explosion would equal millions of megatons. But now, a new and unsettling theory began to take shape. What if the impact wasn't destructive, but symbolic? A trigger to awaken planetary memories, a key to unlock what was recorded in the deep layers of Mars since time immemorial. And then came the final discovery. The eye of Mars, sand and rock formation captured by orbital probes aligned perfectly with Atlas's trajectory. Within 4 hours, geometric patterns adjusted, revealing a symbol, an eye tilted at exactly 23.5 degrees, mirroring Earth's axial tilt. It was impossible, intentional, a visual message encoded in the planet's shadows and dunes, waiting for those who could see. Every monitor, every telescope, every silent satellite transmitted the same warning. Atlas, Mars, the Moon, and us. We were connected in a conscious network of cosmic events. The narrative of the universe, once invisible, was revealing itself. Each frequency, each pulse, Each orbital alignment was part of a grand design. Then, in the final minutes before closest approach, the impossible happened. Atlas entered position. Not to destroy Mars, but to complete an ancient sequence. Cosmic ritual unfolding before our eyes. We looked to the sky and thought we saw a random object. We called it Atlas. But as the James Webb Telescope revealed, it wasn't random. It was ritual. It aligned, responded, interacted. Each planet became a conscious actor. Each pulse, each frequency, each shadow was a line of universal communication. And so, Atlas didn't come from Mars. It came for us. To awaken our perception, our consciousness, our ability to hear the universe in silence. The question now is no longer whether Atlas will impact Mars, but what we will do with the truth that has been revealed. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you enjoyed this story, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more content that explores the mysteries of our universe. We'll see you in the next one.